Again, sisters and brothers, kung anuman yung pinapasa natin, anuman yung binibitbit natin, it is something that God knows. Kaya nating buhatin. Kaya nating bitbitin. At makakaya natin yan bitbitin. We can carry that load because we will come to Him. At ang sabi po niya, learn from me. Learn from Jesus how? Because Jesus will be the one to guide us. Jesus will be the one to help us. He will be the one to teach us how to carry that load. Alam niyo po, yun nga po yung sinasabi ni Jesus na yung ating load, yung ating burden na dinadala is something that is for us, really. Because a yoke has only one mission in life. Isa lamang po ang goal ng bawat burden na binibitbit natin. And that is to break arrogance. Para putulin ang kayabangan. If we are going to be very truthful, di po ba? Our problems a lot of times is that when we become successful, when we achieve our dreams, when we are able to fulfill them, ano po nangyayari? Nagiging po tayong proud. Proud in the sense that we have a lesser need for God. That is why the yoke is there. And so Jesus tells us, do not reject your burden. Do not give up on your burdens, but come to me. Sabi po niya, to continue, sabi niya, because I know your condition. In-expose niya po yung ating mga condition. Why? Kung hindi niya gagawin yun, what do we do? Magaling po tayong magbalat kayo. We are so good at trying to make a facade that we are fine, no? Makita mo yung mga tao, magbabatian kayo, hello, kumusta? Kumusta ka na? I'm good, I'm fine, I'm okay. But really, deep down inside, there are so many of us who are going through very difficult times, and yet we are not shouting, calling for help. And so Jesus was saying, come to me, because I know you. You cannot hide from me. I know that you are weary. Pagod ka na rin. I know that you are carrying heavy burdens. Hirap ka na rin sapagkat mabigat ang iyong pinagdadaanan. Mabigat ang iyong pinapasan. And Jesus knows that. He knows us. That is why, kapatid, naalala ko po yung isang kanta doon sa napakasikat na programa ng ang probinsya, ang probinsyano ni Coco Martin. Remember? But ang ganda po nung sinasabi nung kanta is, kung wala ka nang maintindihan, kung wala ka nang makapitan, kapit ka sa akin, hindi kita bibitawan. Hindi tayo bibitawan ng Panginoon. That is why His invitation is for come to Him. All of us who are weary and are carrying heavy burdens. Why to Jesus? Bakit sa Kanya? Then He describes Himself, because I am gentle and humble in heart. Gentle and humble in heart. Alam niyo po, nowhere in Scripture will you find that Jesus was or is describing Himself other than this one. Sa buong Biblia, He never described Himself in ways that are easily understood except for this part. Sabi po ng Panginoon, I am gentle. Ano ba yung gentle? Ano ba yung gentle? Yung pwedeng tapak-tapakan? Ano ba yung gentle? Yung push over? Ano ba yung gentle? Yung pwede mong i-abuse? You see, sometimes the concept is very, very vague for us. But you see, gentleness is power that is under control. Ulitin ko po yon. Gentleness is power under control. Why? Obvious ba that Jesus is so powerful? You know, he can heal the sick. He can even make the dead rise again, and he can even walk on water and command the storms to stop. That is how powerful Jesus is. But he is so gentle that little children run and come to him. Ano pong ibig sabihin noon? We have a God who is so powerful and yet not oppressive. A God who is so powerful and yet He is so kind. And so He invites us, dito ka sa akin. Because not only that I am gentle, I am likewise humble in heart. Ano po yung humble in heart naman? Oh, of course, alam naman po natin ang humble in heart. Humble comes from humility. Humility comes from humus. Humus is another translation for soil. Soil is lupa. Nasa ng lupa? Nasa baba. Anong ginagawa ng lupa? Iniaangat niya lahat ng mga nasa paligid niya. What do I mean? Say for example, you have a building, no? Semento yan. Ano na sa ilalim ng lahat ng mga konkreto na yan? Yung lupa. Iniaangat ng lupa ang isang ba. That is why Jesus was saying, come to me. I am gentle. At iaangat ko ang iyong kalagayan. See? Of course, we all know pag humble, hindi mayabang. But ang isang taong humble, more than hindi siya mayabang, is somebody who lifts up the people who are downtrodden and he reaches out to people who are in miserable situations. And Jesus describes himself, I am humble in heart. So you come to me. And what is the promise? And I will give you rest. Rest? Oh yes. Kapatid, alam niyo po, yung rest na ipinapangako sa atin ng Panginoon, hindi rest in peace ha. Although, pag nag-rest in peace, talagang rest yun. Wala nang worrying yun. But the point is, the ability to rest is when you are resting in Jesus and you are not striving all the time. Yung parang, sabi nga po ng sister wife ko, yung parang, ang buhay mo kahit may problema, gumagaan. Hindi ko sinabing magaan ha? Gumagaan. Several years, I'll give you an example. Several years ago, to make a long story short, after all the diagnosis medically, I was found out to have several blockages in my heart. So I had a heart bypass operation. And mind you, sisters and brothers, I needed over 1 million pesos. Saan ko naman uutangin yan? Saan ko naman kukunin niya mahigit 1 million piso na ibabayad po sa ospital? But then again, sisters and brothers, when you come to Jesus, yung mabigat, gumagaan. Miracle of miracles, people came, relatives came, blah, 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 binuo ang jigsaw puzzle ng mahigit 1 million. I left the hospital paying all of my bills with a surplus of 25,000 pesos. Marami pa ho akong ganyang kwento sa buhay ko. Kaya lang, of course, with limited time, what I'm trying to say is, yes, yung problema nandyan, let us not deny it. Nandyan yung problema, let us not belittle it. Huwag natin maliitin. Kasi may mga problema naman talaga mabigat. And mind you, kaya niyang pagaanin. And that is why the rest that Jesus is giving us is the kind of rest that is free of worry, a rest that is free of tension, a rest that refreshes us, a rest that is reviving us when we feel na hindi na nakaya nating ituloy pa ang laban ng buhay. And Jesus, sisters and brothers, is the only person, the only place that we can find that kind of rest. The rest that you are very active. Ang dami nating ginagawa. Ang dami nating mga activities or responsibilities na ginagampanan. And yet, there is peace in our hearts. And there is tranquility and serenity in our lives. Why? Why are we relaxed in spite of the burdens and responsibilities that we have? Because we are confident that Jesus has great plans for us. That is why Jesus is saying, "Come to me. My yoke is easy and my burden is light." Alam po ninyo, let's face it, di ba? Nabanggit ko kanina, saan kinukuha yung mga yoke? Sa carpenter. And we all know that Jesus, being the son of Saint Joseph, is a carpenter himself. Can you just imagine ilang yoke na ang kinostong fit niya doon sa mga beast of burden na ito? That is why He knows our capacity, our load limit, and hindi niya tayo, narinig na natin to over and over, hindi niya tayo bibigyan ng mga pasanin na hindi natin kayang bitbitin. My yoke is easy, my burden light. How can a yoke be easy? How can our burdens be light? Isa lang po ang sagot doon. When we turn over everything to Him. When we entrust everything to Him. Ganito po yun eh. Say for example lang ha. Say for example, ako po ay kapitbahay ninyo. Kung saan man ho kayo nakatira. Halimbawa, magkapitbahay tayo. And then, sasabihin ko po sa inyo, sister, brother, kaming mag-asawa ay dadalaw sa aming anak sa abroad. Titira kami doon ng mga 5 buwan. Pwede ko bang iwan muna sa inyo ang aming aso? Simagot naman po kayo kunyari na, sige, okay lang. Dahil mabait kang kapitbahay. Hopefully. mabait ka ng kapitbahay. Hopefully. Anyway, the thing is this. Yung aking aso, iniwan ko sa'yo. So, kanino na yung aso ngayon? Kanino na yun? Iniwan ko sa'yo eh. Yung asong yan, akin pa rin. Tama ba? Kasi, iniwan ko lang naman sa'yo. Nabilin ko lang sa'yo eh. But, sino mag-aalaga sa aso? Ikaw. Sino magpapakain dyan? Ikaw. Sino magpapaligo dyan? Ikaw. Sino magdadala sa vet pag nagka-problema yan? Ikaw. What I'm saying is, ang responsibilidad ng lahat na yan, nasa'yo. Which is in the same manner, when we come to Jesus with all of our burdens, when we entrust to Jesus all of our burdens, He takes care of it. He takes care of it. Believe you me. Been there, done that. But there is a prerequisite, kapatid. For Jesus to take care of your loads of burdens and what have you, may prerequisite. Ano yon? First, we must come to Him. Genuinely come to Him. Nabanggit ko po kanina, hindi lahat ng nagdadasal, hindi lahat ng religious for that matter are really coming to Jesus. Because when you really come to Jesus, something changes. Life changes. Attitudes change. Way of living changes. Everything in our lives, hindi pwedeng we come to Him and we do not get to be transformed. Coming to Jesus transforms us.